Hello everyone, I'm Brian, welcome back, let's go ahead and continue.
To God you are devoted to. It's so important. And then I'll tell you one experience of mine about this. When I was in USA, so many people used to give me gods because they were fed up of keeping gods in their room. Swamiji, we have got a gift for you. One, second, third. And it became like a shop. I said, my God, what do I do? And then it so happened, one person gave me one Ganeshji, most ugly, no proper shape, and the sunda is also not beautiful. And the kids make something out of that kind. And he says, Swamiji, this is for you. My, I got it exclusively for you. I said, Rama Ganesha, can't you become smart? And when I was leaving that place, going to other place, now where will I carry all those gods? So I thought, now I will take revenge. So when my departure came, like you all came here, there also, then I said, okay, prasad for everybody, all the gods. And then I tell you why I'm telling you this. Then that Ganeshji, who was the ugliest one, that I didn't feel like giving to anybody. Friends, even with our pillow, we fall in love. We will fall in love with God. It is. And therefore, we have our personal temple, our God, and do the puja every day. Not jumme ki jumme. See, every day it has to be cleanly done. I'll tell you one example. That a couple, I really revere them. Old one, highly educated, retired, must be in their late 70s or early 80s. South Indian Tamilians. I go to their place for good food. So that lady, only two of them, she is so devoted, spends about 1 to 2 hours in her puja, neat and clean, everything. And then she has studied Sanskrit at age of 78 or 80. Then she has completed all the examinations of Sanskrit. Now she is perfect. Then she didn't stop there. She has taken Bhagavad Gita. Each and every word in every shloka, she analyzes. What is the root? What is the tense? What is the vibhakti? What is the plural or singular? What is the nature of that? Everything. And so dedicated, full of life. So whenever I go to her house, first thing I'll go to her temple. And like a small child, see Swamiji, this this is Vittal Rukmai, my husband was given by somebody, so I kept it. Aren't they so beautiful? Where is the time to get bored? Not worried about my son has gone there and he got married. Forget about it. You live your life. Don't get entangled with your kiddies. Do you know who are children? You have taken lot of loan from these people in the last life. You are not paid. In this life, they are coming and taking with interest. Hey, friends. So when you have this kind of physical proximity to the divine, slowly, you start loving them. Then you want to know Krishna, Rama, what is the story, this, that. Slowly, you become fully involved in that. See? So, physical level, we have to do this. Speech level, keep chanting Lord's name. And then we have self-control. See, I am doing puja of the Lord. I should not smoke. I should not drink. I should not eat non-vegetarian. I shouldn't do that. No, no, I can't. Automatically self-control comes. Friends, when self-control is self-imposed, it is a freedom. When the control or discipline is imposed from outside, it is a bondage. So take here example. Those of you who have come on your own for satsanga, I am not talking about dinner. Those of you who have come here for satsanga on your own, you are happy and enjoying. And those of you who were tied down with a lead, chalo na. And then after every 2 minutes, Babaji is getting heated because you are imposed. Friends, प्यार किया नहीं जाता, हो जाता है.
I'm wondering if the next step beyond self-imposed is to be not imposed at all, but just to want to do that. Again, I don't know. I'd assume that probably the higher level, because imposing, regardless of whether it's self or someone else, is still a restriction to some degree. External, it is bondage. Internal, it is still bondage, in my opinion, because you're trying to do something that you're not normally doing. But when you normally do it, you don't have to self-impose it. So I guess maybe perhaps it is definitely a step to, well, I won't say liberation, but I guess to that, perhaps to the ultimate reality, self revelation. That's not the word. Self realization, or where you don't have to impose anything on yourself. Because an impose, whether it's self or someone else, it's still a bondage, but it is better that if it is self-imposed, that it's not by someone else, and then that you are trying to better yourself. And I was going to ask a question a little bit earlier about like the different, the we're talking about like different gods. It's like, is it? I guess, yeah, I guess in Hinduism you can follow any god that you want, multiple gods too. Now that I think about it, there's no restriction on however many gods you want. You can worship all of them, one of them, two of them, none of them, any of them. And I was going to ask, is that like a bad thing? It's like, oh wait, it's so acceptable over there that that's the thing that again I love. It's the fact that you're coming from Western religion or just Abrahamic religion in general, and it's just so restricted. It's like only this, only this, only this. You're a sin if you follow anything else. Than to hear about Hinduism, where you don't believe in a god, that's perfectly fine. You believe in this god, that's cool. You believe in 18 gods, absolutely. It's like wow, that's really refreshing.
Friends, when slowly you will understand this, but it has to be done by ourselves, not to others. Don't tell others. Okay? But what happens, the parents, they will be telling others. In somewhere outside India only it happened. A digital couple, digital couple, both of them ITs. So,
Oh,
so they have downloaded a child.
it's like digital couples. What are you talking about? IT. Oh, okay. That downloaded a child.
And they are given the username and a password. Such a couple. So when I went to their house, then they were standing like electric post and telling the child, do namaskar. Now, digital child downloaded. Do you think it will listen? It will not listen. मैं नहीं करूँगा, मैं नहीं करूँगा. No, you have to see, Swamiji, do namaskar, do namaskar. No. And I am standing in the door. I said, यार मैं हाथ पैर उठा के लो क्या? Why this was happening? They themselves will not do. They will tell the child to do. Friends, spiritual practice is not for advising others. Spiritual practice is for our own evolution. See, Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter, 21st verse, if I correct. यद्यद आचरति श्रेष्ठः तत्तदेवेतरो जनः स यत् प्रमाणं कुरुते लोकास्तदनुवर्तते. Whatever the elders demonstrate in their life through action, that alone is followed by others for whom they are elders. And sa yat pramanam kurute. Pramana is the authority of knowledge. What kind of studies the elders are doing in the house? Ewes weekly, cows weekly, buffaloes weekly, or Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad. That alone is followed by the next. Therefore, a devotee is an ideal for others, and it can happen if he is sincerely a devotee. There is one family in New York. Every year I go there for 2.5 days. Very nice Gujarati family. That lady, there's a very rare house. Husband is doctor, wife takes care of the office. 2 sons, both of them doctors. Their daughter-in-law, they are also doctors. The whole family is doctor. And she is so sincerely, devotedly busy in her puja poti. She doesn't talk to anything on any topic. All the time she is doing puja, etc. All the work at home, there are no servants as usual. She has never told anybody, you come and do this. No, she is doing herself. As a result, her husband will be making fun, but before going to the office, he will go and to the temple, do namaskar and go. The 2 sons who became doctors, they will never leave the home without completing one Gayatri Mala. Yadyad acharati sreshtaha. She doesn't impose on, but she is demonstrating in our life. See, friends, unlike in Australia, in USA, if I am his friend, I come to his house, none of his people from his house even say hello to me. That is America. See, here it is not, that virus has not come here, thank God.
I wouldn't say that's necessarily. I mean, maybe in this experience, I wouldn't doubt there's houses like that, but I think in most houses, it's. Well, I can see children for sure on that one. I think children are very much that way. Teenagers are very much that way. They're their own thing. But I think adults are pretty friendly. They'll say hi, and some children will say hi, but not too much. I think it all depends on which household you go to as well. Of course, you have. How do I say? There's a saying called Southern hospitality. It is true to some degree. You know, where you'll have people who live in the South that are very friendly. I don't know where else there's a saying. There's just the saying Southern hospitality, but it's not completely true. I think it might be dying out, but there's still some of it left. and I think of how I see the world and how he perceives it. I think that's very true. I think most people, most adults, will say hello and greet you. Children, yeah, that might be a different story though, because they're on their own world. They don't care. They're rebellious and being children, of course. When I say children, I do mean like 16 and under. I think 17, 18. You might have a chance of them, being like a normal adult, kinda. And there are some children who are raised right, and they'll greet you and everything. So, but I can't deny his experience, and. Like you're saying, so that virus is not coming here. Yeah, very much so. It's I'll say this: it is a virus, but it's not coming from America or the Western world. I think it's a virus that's coming from development in general. So if an area becomes developed, meaning that food, shelter, and water is taken care of, you start getting this virus growing there because things are easy. And when things are easy, that's when people start complaining because life is so easy. There's no struggle, so you gotta find something to complain about. It's really sad.
Therefore, we are leading our spiritual life for ourselves. So one day I said, Amma, You have trained your people. So, no, 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 I don't tell. I do myself. If they come, that is their choice. And I don't claim that they are coming because I told. No, I don't tell anything, anybody. That is spiritual life. So, yadyadacharati shreshtaha tattadevetaro janaha. Itare janaha, they will follow the same thing. Therefore, mana sajjana bhakti panthe chizave, that devotion must ooze out of us in the form of understanding, love, silence, peace, and like a magnet, it has a magnetic circle around it. When any iron piece goes nearer to that magnet, and if it is included in that magnetic circle, it is pulled. See? Sarvani bhutani enam samvanchanti, Upanishad says. See? All people like him. Everybody likes him or her. If the Lord is expressing in the heart of the devotee, or in other words, a devotee is the one through whom only the Lord expresses. The purpose of our life is we should be such a fit instrument that he will choose us. Don't run after him. See? How important it is.
So I don't know if he's referring to this as the purpose of bhakti yoga, or if that's his belief in the purpose of life in general. For me, my opinion on the purpose of life is there's a couple of ways you can take it. You have the biological purpose of life, which animals just reproduce and survive, which we are also animals, so we have that biological purpose. Now, in terms of conscious purpose or intellectual purpose, I don't know if I want to differentiate that or not, but it's up to us what we want to do in life. This is our life to live. We can do good, or we can do bad, or we can do nothing. Doing nothing and doing good is great. Doing nothing is great, and doing good is fantastic. Doing bad is terrible, though. So I would say, live your life. As long as you're not doing bad, that's fine. It is your life to live. Hopefully you make it a good one. Doing great for others, doing things for others is fantastic. You'll feel very rewarded for it if you do good. Again, but it is your life. Just don't do terrible. So that's how I see the meaning of life in terms of biological, and then in terms of our intellectual, perhaps, or mind, is just whatever you want it to be. And I think that's the reason why the development virus, as he's talking about, is a problem, because now that our purpose is not survival, we don't know what to do with ourselves. We're figuring out, it's like, okay, I don't have to survive anymore. What can I do? There's nothing that I have to fight for, so I have to create a problem so I can fight for it.
Like when I come to Sydney, I know which is the place, which is the person with whom I will be able to get the things done. So I straight away go to 62 Bombay Street. He has never called me. I have pakdo him. He has never called me. In the same manner, don't call him. He will come and pakdo you if you are fit. See, friends, Kabirji Maharaj says, I don't run after Rama. Ram runs after me, Kabir, Kabir, Kabir. I am there only. See, my friends. Therefore, real spiritual practice is we delete smalli.com. Ramana Maharshi Bhagavan says, Ahaminasha bhaji aham aham taya spurati vrutsvayam paramapurna sat. When the small aham, nasha bhaji, make a bhaji of that small aham. When that small aham disappears, then paramapurna sat, the infinite reality expresses. Therefore, what Ramdas Swami has said, we should be such an instrument through which Rama will express. मना सज्जना भक्ति पंथे चिजावे तरी श्री हरि पाविजे तो स्वभावे. Then that Sri Hari Bhagavan will express through us. Don't seek God. He should seek us.
So from what I'm understanding here is that work on yourself first. That way that when you become right or correct, God will seek you and you don't have to seek God. And the only way to find God is by working on yourself. I can agree with that for sure. Either way you look at it, whether it's a God or a Brahman or seeing yourself as the ultimate reality, I can agree with it because it all points the same direction. Even if you don't even believe in God or ultimate reality, but seek how to say working on yourself will make you a better person no matter what. So Eastern philosophy got it right by looking inwards. 100% on who you are, you have to look inwards. You can't look at a mirror to see yourself. I mean, technically, but your inner self. A mirror will not see that.
A simple example. This mic is between you and me. What are the conditions? This mic is fit. It has its own agenda. You must have seen sometimes the mics have their own agenda. The electronic onkar. Sometimes the mic will be clearing its own throat. We'll remove that mic. Exactly the same way. If we have no agenda of ours, oh Lord, thy will be done. Let him express through us. And he can express through us only if he has chosen us. We are free. We are available. We are capable. We are relaxed.
Okay, so I see here. Essentially, this is definitely the Bhakti Yoga way because it is in Advaita Vedanta. You are always free. You have always been free. You just don't know it. And in terms of Bhakti Yoga, because it's a duality that we're all chained up, and how we realize it comes in many different forms. Kriya Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, or Raja Yoga. I'm sure there are many more. These are the ones I'm familiar with. Bhakti Yoga is one of the easiest one to do, and it fits in very well with society as we know it, because a lot of religion is duality. And a lot of teachers say that it's the easiest, and I do not disagree with that. I 100% agree. I think Bhakti Yoga is the easiest. Although I do remember someone in the comments saying that they're saying Bhakti Yoga is the hardest and Raja Yoga or meditation is the easiest, which you are backwards. Look, if you can meditate, you are I think you're way ahead of a lot of people. It's really weird to have the hardest be the easiest and the easiest be the hardest. It's reverse of everyone else or most people. I don't know if there's anyone else like that, but definitely not me. But anyways, so I see this as being a duality's way of liberation or of seeing the divine, I suppose.
This is devotion. External things are okay to some extent. They are required. Like, we put on this funny kind of dress. Swamiji, why you people put on like this dress? I said, okay, tomorrow onwards I will not put any dress. Not that way. But why this particular dress? I said, if on a traffic post, if somebody, a police officer, he is standing with the lungi and a bidi in the mouth, and he tries to control the traffic, will anybody listen to him? By our dress, we declare. So nobody comes and asks me, excuse me, I got a daughter, will you like to get married? Nobody will ask me. Arey Babaji, isko chodo. Friends, for everything we require a uniform. For Babaji, don't you require? You do require. Therefore, when we declare that our life is only for one purpose, then let him express through us. He told me his tragedy. He doesn't have body, so he's searching for a body. He doesn't have hands, he's searching for the hands. Our hands are busy in selfish activities. Our speech is busy in self glorification and condemning others. Our mind is busy in all crooked thinking. How can he enter? If he has to enter, we have to empty ourselves. See? When you people go anywhere, suitcase you try to fill in. Any suitcase in the world you take, it is always small. Because you put daba, daba. And ultimately, kya kar make space. How can you make space? Space cannot be created. Then remove something. Therefore, friends, if we are following devotion, then slowly we will empty ourselves of this small little I. And what is the small little I? Small little I does not have the past. Infinite I is without dimension. And small little I is created with reference to past. I was here, I was there. I had done. Who asked you our Mahamantra? So if we are following Ramdas Swami's description, then try these few things. First of all, do not talk about your past, particularly oldies I am referring, like me. See, nobody is interested in our past. Everybody is concerned about their future. If I have got peanuts in my pocket, can I distribute chocolates? So all the time I'll be talking, जाने कहाँ गए वो दिन, तुम भी जाओ. Be friends. Because past belonged to body, not to you. Body was there, childhood body. Now that body is not, but you are still there. So you didn't have the past. When you take this one simple step in your life, you have taken a big leap on the spiritual path. Then slowly you will understand. We start living in the present. And to live in the present, this japa technique. Now in the japa technique, what we have to do? First of all, we have to be convinced that japa, Lord's name, is taken to work on the mind. That is the purpose. Like why we take food? For satiation of hunger. If that is not attained, then it is not food. Similarly, what is the purpose that we are chanting the Lord's name? Now be attentive. Every word is finite. And silence is infinite. So we start with the finite and end up in the infinite. So, first of all, we do the japa, complete mala. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Anything you do fast, mechanically, you lose interest in that. Anything you do mechanically. When your devotion, when your puja, when your chanting becomes mechanical, you will lose interest. Then we have to break this. Our japa becoming mechanical. Then what is to be done? Then chant. After you finish your mala, whatever is your daily routine, finish it. Then now start working straight away. Like for example, let us say you chant for only 3 times. Loudly you chant when you are alone, not now. I will just demonstrate to you. So we chant, let us say 3 times. Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram. Again. Sri Ram. Ram. Now, in this practice, when you are chanting, let us say, just example, 3 times, in between the two Sri Ram, no dissimilar thought should enter, and followed by a long silence. So, our attention is more on the silence than on the sound. And thereafter, extend the width of the silence. Now see what exactly is happening in you. Because Lord is complete in everything, there is no additional thought required to be erupted after Sri Ram. Now instead of that, if you take a finite theme, चाय बनानी है, चाय बनानी है, कितने लोग आएंगे? पीनी है कि नहीं? One after another thoughts will come. And the practice should lead to extend the silence as much as you can. And once you get the knack of it, any moment you can switch off the mind, you can switch on the mind. No efforts are involved. And yet, we are fully available in the world, and yet we are completely out of the world. Like if you take into the swimming pool and put oil on your body and jump into it, you will be in the water, but water won't touch you. Exactly the same way. We will be in this world very much like anybody, most average person. Nobody should suspect us that we are walking spiritual path. Spiritual life is not becoming extraordinary. Remain ordinary. Devili anante taishechi rahave. So mana sajjana bhakti bante jizave. Hari pavide Sri Hari. Then jani nindate sarva sodu nidave. Do not become a black sheep in a white flock. We all have to lead a life in a society. Otherwise, we become a problem for ourselves. Jani nindate sarva sodu. Whatever is not accepted in the society where we live, avoid that. Don't do it. And jani vandate sarva bhave karami. Wherever we are, whenever we are, whatever we are, be 100%. Freedom is different from licentiousness. Freedom doesn't mean we lead a licentious life. No. Like in USA, freedom is licentiousness. In one of the schools, my friend's daughter or somebody was going. So we went to pick her up by the car. I said, where? He says, how do you come? I'll show my daughter's school. We went. And then I was seeing the notice boards and all that. Could you believe what was the notice? Put on your pant in such a manner that your underwear should not be seen.
Uh, he hasn't been around America very much, or maybe he has, and that's the reason why he's saying that. Oh, jeez.
In a school notice board, you can put on anything you like. Freedom. No, it's not the way. Like here we have got, the children have got school uniform. They don't have uniform. Half head will be full lush hair. Half will be complete shaven. So when you look like this, what kind of funny? No, it is freedom. It is not freedom. See? Therefore, we must not give freedom to ourselves beyond limits. It must be guarded freedom. And guarded freedom can come when we have got something higher to seek in our life. Like, for example, somebody wants to maintain the figure. What is an example? What is that? 36, 24, 36. If somebody wants to maintain that figure, one has to calculate the calories, do the exercise, what I should eat, what I should not eat. Then only it is possible. See? But the one who is 62, 62, 62, drum, I don't know why my figure is getting. So to achieve anything in life, we require discipline. Without discipline, it is not possible. And the root of the discipline is the mind. If we have disciplined our mind, everything is controlled. And for that we told this is the highest spiritual practice. Dekho, suno, mat bolo. See, hear, no comments. But when this habit of unwanted talking, even if somebody wants or not, it becomes so deep, and then we can't control. Like when the vomit comes, moli do abhi. I should not say, but our neighbor's daughter-in-law is better than our daughter-in-law. Are Maharani, when you know I should not say, why don't you keep your mouth shut? The most important thing. And for that other mantra is, who asked you? Nobody has asked us. But we keep on talking. Therefore, a real spiritual practice according to Samartha Ramdas Swami is Manache Shlok, work on your mind. There are 205 of them. So first slok I told you, remaining 204, he will tell you. He is so happy, he is going to tell. Now you suffer. If you are at peace with yourself, you are at peace with the whole world. Then you don't require any struggle in life. Then life is lived through us. But when we want to prove something, suffer. Give it a try and be happy. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari.
Okay, so this part, at least this last bit, I did understand a bit more, especially more towards the middle and the middle section of my section of Bhakti Yoga. Very interesting that towards the end there he talks about the person who has half their head with hair and the other half shaved off. It says that's freedom. It's like that's not the right kind of freedom. I'm wondering if a good way to say that would be freedom without purpose is useless or not good. Freedom with purpose is better. So if, for example, maybe getting your hair cut like that helps you meditate, genuinely helps you meditate for some weird reason, just say, for example, maybe that is with purpose. Maybe it's a way for you to worship the God that you chose. Perhaps a hairstyle, I don't know, like a hairstyle for the God or something. You know, you want to be as closely linked to the God as possible, so their hairstyles like that, so you get yours cut like that. You know, that perhaps is for a purpose, and it's better than a freedom with no purpose. So I've not seen anyone like that though, where it's half, well, I've seen mohawks, but not, that's usually a strip of hair in the middle, but not to the sides, and shaved off in the sides, not hair and then shaved off. It's that reminds me of Two-Face from Batman. Anyways, so I'm starting to understand him a little bit more. I'm starting to understand how he speaks. It's a lot of things he says and talks about are so brief, and he doesn't go back over them, so you kind of have to understand what he says initially, because he moves on from it pretty quick. At least from my perspective, it seems that way. So anyway, that's my reaction to Mind and Devotion. If you like my content, please consider subscribing, thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.